Hey y'all, so I am back with another review of 90 Day Fiance The Other Way. Um, Season 2 episode, I don't know. I think it's like episode 5, I think. I don't know. It'll be in the description bar. Again, everybody please follow me on Twitter at JMD71421 it's JMD71421. That is my Twitter. I will be live tweeting the show going forward. I just started a Twitter, so try to help me get my followers up, y'all. I will also be leaving my information in, as Brian B like to call it, the underneath the bar. But anyway, let's get into it. Episode wasn't really much again either. So let's start off. So we got Yazan and Brittany. So we go back to where we left off with them getting out of the car, well, them getting, her getting off the plane, and then him having a whole heart attack, because she hugged somebody. And then also, I didn't know, but I guess she like took out like a bottle of like Patron or whatever. Now, here's the thing. I watched Bondi Blue. If any of y'all watch her, I did watch her review, and she did say, that he was being a little bit too aggressive. And I mean, yes, was he doing an absolute lot? He was. He was doing a lot. But at the same time, I'm not okay. I disagree with how he handled it, but I don't disagree with him being mad because, like I said in my last video, I said he never said specifically why, but I think it has to do with number one, the fact that she hugged another person, probably another man, and number two, probably something else, and that's exactly what he said it was. He said, "You know that we have tradition and cultures out here. If you're supposed to be my woman, you're not supposed to be hugging nobody else." As patriarchal and fucked up as that may sound, you decided, and this is what I'm going to keep coming back to everybody in this situation. You decided to pack your bags and come to a whole nother country. And as I've said 10 times before, if you're not going to do the research, to be part of a community, or when you're moving to another country, that just says more about you than anything. Like, why would you move to a whole nother country? You know that they're Muslim, and you not look up the traditions or the customs. And what I'm confused is he even said that he told her that. So my problem with Brittany is she gets in the car and she's crying and, oh, I'm American and I have traditions. First of all, stop. An American tradition is not drinking. Like, if anything, that's Ireland. Like, cut the shit. What do you mean you have your own traditions and values? Drinking is not an American tradition. So I don't understand what the fuck it is that you're talking about. Now, if you mean you have your own traditions in the fact of you want to think and speak for yourself, that's fine, but this is the wrong country. You picked the wrong man and the wrong country. So no, I do not feel bad for her at all. So when they're in the car, she's all upset about it, and he's trying to wipe her face. She's like, don't touch me, don't touch me, da 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 da. Drop her off, and she goes in the room and drinks. And at the end of the day, to me, what she gives me, she's spoiled as fuck. Like, you could tell the way that she talks to him, the way that she talks, period, she's spoiled as fuck. Like, and I could tell, I'm pretty sure she's probably spoiled from like probably being like the only child with her daddy and stuff. But girl, that shit's not gonna work. And talking about, I'm not even sure if I should have came for the millionth time. Should have did your research before you came over here. Should have did the research. And if you did, should have did it more thoroughly. So I don't feel bad for anything that happened. Alrighty, so yeah, that was just them. Like I said, pretty short, right? Alright. Then we get on to, like I said, we're going to leave the OG for the end. So we're going to get into a new couple. So we got Tim, who's 34, and then we got Melissa. It's spelled Melissa, but it's Melissa, and she's 29. Now, he talks about, how he looks like a up clean guy, but I think when he was like 24 or whatever, like he got arrested for breaking and entering into a car. He did, I think, like a month or something like that in jail, got out, got 3 years probation. That is white privilege to the highest esteem. Y'all ever watch the show Bait Car? Okay. Anyway, but yeah, so once he went into jail, he came out, he pretty much turned his life around, went to college. I forgot where he was, but he met his girlfriend in some type of, I think like a bar or something like that, where they live. And so this is pretty much the biggest difference with their relationship versus all of the other relationships on 90 Day Fiance is they actually knew each other and dated for like about a year. Now, she did end up moving to another state, but they still kept in touch. Eventually, she left that state and she moved back to Colombia. But the biggest difference between this, like I said, couple versus all other ones is normally they never meet each other, or they met each other once. And it wasn't for very long, but then they were actually together for a decent amount of time, for at least like a year, you know, and some change. So that's pretty good. So he pretty much is going to be moving to Colombia to be with her. And he kept saying like there was a reason why he had to move and she couldn't move up here. And did he ever, okay, did he say the reason why is because of the fact that he cheated on her? Now, he did cheat on her with, I think, somebody that he used to work with or something like a co-worker or something. But I'm confused as to why that would mean that she can't come up here. That don't make no sense. Either get another job, because my thing, well, I don't even want to say get another job, because he could go down there, find a job, and then cheat on you again. So I don't, somebody get in the comments and tell me, was that the specific reason why he said she couldn't come up here, is because of the fact that he cheated on her and she wouldn't trust her? I don't know. That doesn't make any sense to me, but whatever. So he was talking to have a nice little dinner with his friends or whatever. His friends was cursing him the fuck out over that girl. And one of them, I do believe, was triggered as hell because she was way too emotional about it. The same thing must have happened to her. So, you know, they just said, you know, how he's going to have to do his best to try to make sure, you know, that she's comfortable and do everything in his power to, you know, bring her back. Then we see very quickly Kenneth, he's getting all his stuff and he's moving, he's leaving, he's going to Mexico, Mexico, to go be with his boo. So that was really sad with his family. I'm not gonna even put his picture up because no shade, but nothing really happened. Then we got Ariela and Biniam. I think, yes, that's exactly how he says his name, Biniam. So we see Ariela, she's leaving. You see she's getting her stuff. She's leaving with her mom. So we kind of switch over to see Biniam. Now, Biniam, it lives in Ethiopia. He is fine. I will give him that. He's definitely fine. But he lives with his brother and his brother's wife and their child, I believe. His parents died when they were very, very young from a sickness. And he said to this day he don't know what that is. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have the means or the resources, but he probably should figure that out because you might want to make sure that that's nothing hereditary, whatever it is that they died from. But anyway, so he says, though, with the fact that they did die early, he's kind of used to getting, like, being taken care of, which I can understand because he's, like, the youngest. So it's like, yeah, I mean, granted, my parents wasn't here, but thankfully, you know, thankfully he had some people to always make sure that he was good. So, yeah, so he, man, he's a whole bunch of things. This nigga, he's a dancer. He's a trainer. He's an MMA fighter. He's a rapper. I think he should stick to training because his body's on point. So I think he probably should just stick to the training. So yeah, so then he goes and he speaks with his friends or whatever, you know, about the fact that Ariel is coming. And, you know, they're a little bit worried. The reason why they are worried is because he previously had this happen. Now, he did say in the beginning, he was like, oh yeah, I can't wait to have another child. And then they kind of skipped to something else. I said, wait, another child? Where the first one at? So come to find out, he, previous to Ariella, he had dated another American girl, whatever. They didn't date for very long, but she ended up getting pregnant, kind of like this situation. They got married, they had a child, and they was together for 4 years. So it wasn't like something short term. They was together for 4 years before, I guess, she just decided she didn't want to do it anymore. She packed up all her shit, she took her son, and they went back to America. So he has not seen his son since then. That is very, very, very sad. That he's not like that he can't see his son. That makes my heart weep for him. That's unfortunate. So anyway, they're a little bit nervous. They're like, you know, it's another American girl. Like, what the fuck is going on? Pretty much, what the fuck is up with you and these American girls? Like, what's going on? Like, why would you want to put yourself in a position to where, like, take away your heart being broken, but the fact that your child might be taken away from you, like, that's kind of a lot for real. But she pregnant, so we is where we the fuck is. Okay. And then finally we have Jihoon and Devon. Okay. Wait, is it Devon? Devon's mama. Devon's mama is the definition of like privileged. Like, she's peak privileged white woman. Like, her white woman privilege, it was just spewing all over my TV, and it was just a little bit too much for me. So they get there, whatever. Well, before they get there, you know, Jihoon is having a conversation with his parents or whatever. They go to the airport, go pick them up. Now, Devin was annoyed because she didn't know that his parents was gonna be there. And at first, I'm like, well, girl, what the fuck you got an attitude for? Like, what the fuck is the problem? So what? They're here. But she was like, I didn't know they was gonna be here because of my mom. And I'm like, that makes sense. So they getting all their stuff together, and the reaction. Jihoon's parents' reactions to the way that she greeted them was hilarious because Americans were very, not all of us, but a lot of us, oh, come here, hug, 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 hug. So she hugged them. At first, Devin's mom did come off very nice. She came, she was very welcoming. She hugged them very tight. She was smiling and everything. And Jihoon mama was gonna say, normally when you meet your in-laws, you go, but she's all huggy. She was like, but I like it. It's nice though, So they get in a car or whatever, and they get in the car or the taxi, whatever bus, whatever little thingy that the mama was driving. Get in. As soon as they get in, the white woman, the privilege, it just started spilling out. Are you knocking on the thing? Hold on, y'all. After I'm done with this. I'm sorry, y'all. So she was nice at first or whatever, but then, like I said, they get in the car and it's just a whole bunch of like, what's taking so long? And here, yup, and chop, 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 chop. I'm like, bitch, who the fuck is you clapping at? Who the fuck is you clapping at? So you could tell Devin's already like, girl, I ain't got time for this. So the whole time they're driving, because the father's in the other car, the mom is like, oh my gosh, your mother is driving too crazy. I don't like this. Da 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 da. It's too much. Blah blah blah. Now mind you, they're on their way to the house that Devin bought. Now, here's the whole thing about it. Like Devin was saying, my mom never been out of the country, but it's like, girl, no, the roads aren't set up the same way. It's not the same. Like, it's so annoying that you American ass fucking people come over from this raggedy ass country and go over to somebody else's country and then just sit up there and pretty much try to talk shit on everything it is that they do out there. Shut your mouth. You are out there, so just fucking deal. It is what it is. Deal with it, deal with it, deal with it, deal with it, deal with it. I'm tired of it. So then, and that stems all the way to pretty much, well, first of all, before we get there, it was put out there that Jihoon never seen the place. I'm looking at both him and Devin stupid because my thing is, Devin, why on God's green earth, unless he told you that he did, why would you put money down on a place that you didn't see or that he didn't see? I personally, I was going to move, to North Carolina, whatever, I'm sorry if I keep hitting my mic. I was going to move to North Carolina this past summer, right? Before I ended up not going because it's not the city for me. But before I was going to go, I have a couple family, like some family lives down there. I literally found like maybe 2 or 3 houses. And I literally called my brother-in-law and I said, look, now my brother-in-law is younger than me. My brother-in-law is like 21. I said, listen here, little nigga. I will pay for your Uber if you are able to go around to each of these houses, take pictures or FaceTime me and let me see what's going on. And that's what the fuck it is that happened. And then I went down there and seen some places myself. But the point of the matter is, for you to, you're in a whole nother country, Devin. Why would you put money down on a place that's especially in a whole other country that you've never seen? And Jihoon, why the fuck would you not make it your mission to get up and go see it? As soon as Devin said, all right, let's just say Devin put the money down just because she wanted to make sure y'all had a place. Why wouldn't you have said, all right, you want to know what? Give me the address. I'm going to go through. I'm going to make sure that everything is cool. See how we would set everything up. What? Nobody did any of this. So everybody's just doing what the fuck ever. Jihoon is a child. Okay, he's a child. So they're on their way there, and clearly they're gonna live, not as close to the city, so things aren't as nice. It's getting more into like, I don't say the rougher parts of the neighborhood, but it looked like to me probably more of like what everyday people really probably live like out there. So the mama, Devin mama, is just complaining and she's cursing up a storm. Like Jihoon said, I'm glad my mama don't know what none of these words mean because she was just doing too much in that frenzy. All of this yelling, all of this screaming, all of this, oh my gosh, it's just too much. And even she said out of her mouth, maybe I'm just being a spoiled American. You are. No. Let's get this correct. You are being a spoiled American. It's not, no, I don't know if I am. No, you are, girl. You are, and it's annoying. And it's, what my favorite word right now is unbecoming. And it's unbecoming of you as a mother and as a lady to be acting like that. Fix your shit. So as they're getting closer, they could tell the neighborhood ain't getting as bad. Now, even the mama, I'm talking about Jihoon's mama, is like, all right, like, this doesn't seem like it's the best part in town. Like, why didn't you come and look at it or whatever? They come, they pull up or whatever, and it's like, you could just tell from the outside, it's probably not the best place in the world. I don't know. I'm thoroughly confused on why this happened the way that it happened. I don't really understand why Devin would put herself and her kids through some bullshit like that. Like, you're not moving across town. You're not moving to another state. Move to a whole nother country, a whole nother continent. You're thoroughly moving smooth across the world. And the fact that there wasn't that there was no sense of planning, and I see that on next week's episode, she pretty much tells Jihoon that she's gonna leave when her mama leave. Which, no shade, I probably would leave when my mama left too. But that's on you too, Devin. That's on both of y'all. Again, now, unless they tell me next episode, because this could be the case, because Jihoon's a fucking liar, but it could be the case that Devin was like, oh, I thought he went to go and see the place and everything was fine. But the fact that he didn't, I'm not for keeping people away from their kids and stuff like that, but my gosh, Jihoon is a child. He needs to grow the fuck up. He's really a child. Like, for real, for real. Like, what are you doing? You have a whole child. These motherfuckers, they be pissing me smooth the fuck off. So I can't wait till next week. I'm ready to get in to see what happened with that. I'm ready to see where Submit and Jenny is. So yeah, y'all get in my comments. Tell me what y'all think. I'm out. Bye.